Hey guys, so was able to escape the house and go to my local comic book shop, so thought we'd take a look at what I picked up. This is probably about 3 or 4 weeks worth of pickups. I can't remember the last time I was there, but quite a bit. So, I have cut down on titles, but when you only go once a month, there's still a lot of stuff, and my neighbors are honking because one of them thinks it's a good idea to honk to let the people in the house know that he's there because he's an idiot. So this is Batman 3 Jokers by Geoff Johns. This was announced back when Doomsday Clock was going on, and even before that. So good to see it finally coming out. Looking forward to reading this, seeing how it goes. Geoff Johns I trust him to be doing a good story, even if it's been a while since he was doing a regular monthly. Here we got Action Comics, number 1024, Superhero of the Year per Entertainment Weekly. They've been slapping that on all the Superman books, but I mean, Entertainment Weekly, yeah, they do cover comics at times, but I would not go to them for comic news, so I thought it was a little silly that, choosing Superman is like, why not choose Batman? You flip a coin, but DC's gonna slap that on the books if they can, so X-Men number 11 by Hickman. This has been great so far. Hickman knows what he's doing. He's always going for a long, drawn-out, intricate story, and so far he's been doing a great job with X-Men. If you've never read his Fantastic Four run and his Future Foundation, read that. That's good stuff. Daredevil, this was actually an annual. I normally don't pick them up, but when I was going today, I was trying to not put 50 things back, so and I honestly didn't even notice this was the annual till I got home. Daredevil by Zdarsky, it's been really good, so I highly recommend it. Before that, they had Soul on it for a while, and that was not good, so having a decent Daredevil is worthwhile. This is Young Justice 18. Young Justice, I'm probably going to drop it. I probably should have dropped it today. It's by Bendis. It's the first few issues were good. Issues 16 and 17, which were right before this, seemed like a good jumping off point. If anything, it seemed like he was like almost done with the book. So honestly, I was a little surprised to see issue 18. Figured I'd pick it up since it was in my saver already, and then next time I go and I'll probably drop it, because 17 was such a clear-cut end to his story that it was like, well, if you're done, then I can be done too. So Strange Adventures number 5, this has been really good. There was one issue, I think number 2 or 3, where it was all Mr. Terrific oriented, and it was very repetitive, which was a bit of a slow burn, but other than that, it's been great. So I would recommend it. Maybe pick it up in trade form. This is number 5 of 12. It probably could have been 11 issues if they got rid of that Mr. Terrific one. Shazam number 14 by Geoff Johns. I believe this is Geoff Johns' final issue on Shazam from what I've seen online. Either this one or the next one. I have not read issue 1 yet. I have them all in a pile, and I'm going to read the entire thing all the way through. I love Shazam as a character, and Geoff Johns writing Shazam has been great, so I know it's going to be worthwhile. I'll probably drop Shazam after that, because the new guy coming on, I've never heard of him, so I don't, sometimes when big writers leave, they get just like, here's Joe. That's great, but I don't know Joe, and I don't need to pay him $4 an issue to see if Joe can write decently. So this is Usagi Yojimbo Free Comic Book Day issue, by Stan Sakai. I love Usagi. I really like this chibi Usagi. That would be like a cool tattoo if you were going for a cutesy look. I just finished up most of the Dark Horse Usagi, so now I gotta start reading the IDW color stuff now. This is Detective Comics number 1026. Hoping this doesn't have too much to do with Joker War. I'm not reading Batman, not reading Joker War. I trust Tomasi on writing, and Rocafort here does some cool stuff. He did the last issue also, and his pencils always have a neat feeling to them. So looking forward to that. Hellblazer number 9. I was thinking about dropping this, but 7 and 8, if you picked them up, were this really cool mermaid story, which was really well done. So I'm gonna keep picking up Hellblazer here, see how it goes. Some of the first few issues are kind of hit or miss with me, but when I read the first part of the mermaid story and realized at the end it was 2 parts, and I was like, oh crap, I hope I picked up the second part because it was so good. Thor number 6. I guess this is the second to last issue. When I was there, I also picked up number 7, and the guy doing the ringing me up said that it was an interesting read. I don't know what that means, but could be interesting good, it could be interesting horrible, so we'll have to see. I like Donny Cates, don't get me wrong, but Donny Cates nowadays seems to be like, let me write a 5-issue story, and Marvel's like, okay, we'll start with a number 1, and we'll give you 5 issues, and then we'll just start another number 1 again. And it's like, man, don't do that with the numbering. Captain America 23. Ta-Nehisi Coates has been doing a really good job with this. Before him, we had that horrible Nick Spencer Hydra run, and before that we had, I want to say it was Rick Remender was right before that. I picked up that Remender run. I no longer own any of it. If you like Rick Remender, he's a very much an idea guy for me. It's like, hey, that's a cool idea. I don't necessarily think it's good for Captain America, but sure, send him into a mutant world for 2 years worth of issues. Just out there kind of stuff sometimes for me. Giant Size X-Men, Storm. These have been cool little placeholders in between the regular X-Men issues. Kind of fill stuff in and get more detailed character work. Immortal Hulk number 0. I did not know this was coming out. I don't know why it's a 0 issue. I see it has Al Ewing and Mantlo in the corner. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I know my comic book stuff. I believe Bill Mantlo is deceased. This also seems to have Peter David and Mike Mignola, so I don't know what this is. Maybe this is some new stuff plus some reprints? Totally unsure. We also have Immortal Hulk number 37. This has been a great series. If you're not picking it up, pick it up. Reminds me of the classic Hulk stories from the 70s and 80s when he would just have a little adventure and we'd start the next issue. It's more tied in than that, but it's not, it's fun to just pick up and read. X-Men number 12. Hickman loves these characters that are all white with the black, was it the Black Swan from Fantastic Four and New Avengers? If you read those runs, I don't know if this is going to be a character from that same species. If he's not, then it's a very peculiar choice as far as a look. Oblivion Song number 27. This is the only Kirkman book I'm picking up now since Invincible's all done. And I picked up the first 50 or so issues of Walking Dead with the Walking Dead Weekly, but that's about as far as I got. I have a couple trades, but not too much further. I jumped off before it jumped the shark, proverbially. Oblivion Song, I feel silly dropping this because I've been with it since issue 1, and it's good when I sit down and read it. It's just not something that I'm like drawn to week to week or month to month. So Hawkman number 27, really excited about this. Justice Society of America was basically my favorite book for the longest time when Jeff Johns was on it, and then even after that when it wasn't as good, but I just loved the team. Back when I used to play HeroClix, I would run Justice Society like a mofo. So the end of last issue, Hawkman kind of seems to have gone back in time to Justice Society age, which is confusing because with DC, you never know if that stuff existed or not from reboot to reboot. So interested to see how that goes. Fantastic Four 23. I need to read through the last few issues of this because Slott has been very hit or miss with me depending on the book, and his Fantastic Four has been just okay. And if it's continuing to just be okay, then I'm gonna let it go. I love the FF as a group and as an idea, but if it's not being handled well, then I don't need to be wasting my funds on it. Usagi Yojimbo number 12. So it's been a full year since Dan Sakai was with Dark Horse now, which is so weird. I really want to know why he switched. These are all color, whereas Dark Horse Usagi was all black and white, which made it look had a very different feel to it as a black and white book. Still all Stan Sakai. I believe the colors are done by the guy who does his cover colors. But yeah, Usagi is a long-term book for me. I'll pick that up for as long as Stan's doing it. And finally, we have Detective Comics 1027, which is the 1000th issue of The Dark Knight. I don't know. The epic 1000 issue anniversary. How can it be? Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. Detective Comics 27 was his first appearance. God, what a weird thing to make into a giant size. This thing is freaking huge. If you can see the spine, it's like a trade paperback. It says it's 144 pages. I wasn't expecting this thing to be so freaking massive, and I don't even want to know how much I paid for it. Let me open this. Yeah. Well, we paid $10, which is about as much as the issue 1000s have been going for with DC, with, you know, Superman Action Comics 1000, Detective Comics 1000, and Wonder Woman. You know, those all got big anniversary issues. They had a Green Lantern one recently. I understand why they did it now that I've thought about it, but doing a, you know, huge anniversary issue for 1,000 issues of Detective Comics seems a little, or I shouldn't even say 1,000 issues of Detective Comics. It's 1,000 issues of Batman in Detective Comics. So that's a little weird, but hey, they need money, right? It's the pandemic, so so I hope you guys had a good one. Hope you're able to visit your comic book store here and there, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.